guys. Welcome back to our podcast, Grim Reading Kings, where we talk about anything and everything spooky and strange. In this series, we discuss film curses, and in my episode, we're talking about the Poltergeist.
Good evening.
I'm Ring Keating Rings.
We are the Grim Reading.
So let's do it.
I keep saying like I do apologise. Right. I've got a metronome. What was that? Poltergeist. Another one that I haven't watched.
It's another one of my favourite films.
Of course it is.
If you don't like little blonde girls or clowns, this is not for you.
I am both.
That's pretty good,
No,
yeah.
wait. Little I am not, but the other two, yes.
You're a great big clown, you.
I'm a girt little clown, big blonde.
So, Poltergeist. Poltergeist is a 1982 American supernatural horror film directed by Toby. I've never heard that name before.
T-O-B-E. I think
It's
that is
Tobe.
Tobe.
Is it?
Yeah.
Tobe Hooper, and written by Steven Spielberg. Michael Graves and Mark Victor from a story by Spielberg. It stars Jo Beth Williams, Craig T. Nelson, and Beatrice Straight, and was produced by Spielberg and Frank Marshall. The film focuses on a suburban family whose home is invaded by malevolent ghosts that abduct their youngest daughter.
And what? I didn't hear that.
Abduct their youngest daughter.
Oh, they've got the youngest daughter. Oh, okay.
She goes. Right, so the story is, Steve and Diane Freeling live in the planned community of Cuesta Verde. I hope I pronounced that right. Cuesta Verde? California. Steve is a successful real estate agent, and Diane looks after their 3 children, 16-year-old Dana, 8-year-old Robbie, and 5-year-old Carol Ann.
So
Nude.
American, isn't it?
You can't tell she's the main character here.
She's got a double barrel.
Late one night, Carol Ann unexpectedly converses with the family's television set while it displays post-broadcast static, that creepy shit that used to be.
Yeah.
Like, new generations won't know this, but
Like
the
the
TV...
ring coming out of the TV.
Yeah.
So that's static.
So it used to be like just white and black.
Do you remember touching it? And it would literally be like...
yeah,
like...
Yeah.
That horrible feeling
Shock
you'd get, but you
your
couldn't,
finger.
like, not do it.
Yeah,
Oh.
TVs used to be like 4 foot deep. It was mental. I'm sure we got radiation off it.
Oh yeah, we definitely did.
A white cube as a telly. It was massive.
Oh, I love them. Back in my day. The next night, she again fixates on the television, and a ghostly white hand emerges from the screen, followed by a violent earthquake. As the family is shaken awake by the quake, Caroline eerily intones, "They're here." Like that.
Did she actually say that?
Yeah, she's like, "They're here."
Yeah, the famous line.
Yeah.
She's touching and she's
It's horrible. The following day is filled with bizarre events. A glass of milk spontaneously breaks, silverware bends, and furniture moves on its own.
Sorry.
What are we seeing?
There was a reflection.
Shelby looks pretty concerned looking at the TV, and he was.
There's a reflection right there. I wonder if he's seeing that too.
He's
Oh,
seeing
it's the
something.
smoke, probably. Yeah, sorry, if you're
Sorry
watching on the
about
camera, on the YouTube,
Oh yeah.
you can. There's probably smoke going across because we've got the incense on.
I need to have my incense on.
Creepy, doesn't it?
Atmospheric.
But yeah,
Sorry.
the thing about the furniture moves on its own is a really cool scene, which is filmed in one take. I don't know how they did it, but the mum's doing something, and then Caroline's like fucking around, doing what she does, like a 5-year-old does.
Mm-hmm.
The camera pans to something, like Caroline, and then comes back, and all the chairs are stacked on top of each other on the table.
Do you reckon they got like loads of people just suddenly in like 3,
But
2,
it's-
1,
But
go, 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 go.
it's like really tall and precarious. It's not like you have to see it to be like because I didn't know that. That is like blowing my mind.
Yeah.
I can't work out how they do it.
It's like an arena, like you cannot be serious, but
Plus,
like
it's so fast. Like it is literally panning like back round. So
Yeah.
I can't believe that. It's weird.
and silent. I know you can like.
Hang on.
Speaking of silent.
They're here. But yeah, I know you can like obviously it's 1983. It's not like the Stone Age. I know you can like do little sound audio clips and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
it's I don't know. It's anyone that's seen it, you'll be like, how the fuck? Because it's not.
What
it's
year was the Poltergeist?
1983.
Yeah. So I don't know when they would have introduced.
82. Sorry.
Wow.
So
I don't know when they introduced. So when they do films, they do like the voices after, don't they? So they act,
Dubbing.
and then what's it called?
Dubbing.
Dubbing. Yeah.
They
did that
definitely did that before. then.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, they would have been able to do it, but they would have been able to be loud as they wanted to be to get all the tables and chairs up.
It'd have to be a mess of like 10 SAS soldiers just storming
Yeah.
in. Alright, so during a severe thunderstorm, the gnarled backyard tree, which is creepy as hell anyway, seemingly comes alive. A large limb crashes through the child's bedroom window, grabs Robbie, pulls him outside into the pouring rain, and attempts to devour him.
Oh, but the tree.
Yeah, it was like there's leading up to it. There's like his windows there, it's kind of lit up, and you got the branches like tapping against it.
Yeah.
And he's like scared to death. He's like hiding under covers from it, and then it comes through and grabs
my
him.
God. So it just plays on like child fear as if that was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While the family rushes outside to rescue Robbie, Carol Ann is pulled into a portal inside the closet.
Ooh.
After saving Robbie from the tree, which got sucked into a tornado, the family frantically search for Carol Ann, only to hear her voice call out to them from the television.
Oh no.
Parapsychologist Martha Lesh arrives with team members Ryan and Marty to investigate. They determine there is a poltergeist intrusion involving multiple ghosts. Meanwhile, Steve learns from his boss, Louis Teague, that the Kesta Verde development was built on a former cemetery and the graves were moved to a nearby location, which is always a good sign.
Why would you? Oh.
That happens a lot,
yeah,
Really?
yeah, it does.
Not in England, surely.
though. Well, you got to think of all the...
Not in this day and age, but it definitely did when.
Yeah.
Like the Victorians didn't care about anything.
That's
Did
true.
they?
They
They
just
were
ripped
just like,
everything
let's
up,
just
didn't
change it all, screw everything
Yeah.
else.
Actually, just today I
Yeah.
saw where they put like gas pipes in. They put they dig like a hole and then you just kind of bore it through. And then when they redug it up, it went straight for a Stone Age skeleton.
Oh
like
my
straight through the
God.
rib cage, up through the jaw. It was like
That's
insane.
amazing.
Dan and Robbie are sent away for safety, while Dr. Lesh calls in Tangina Barons, a spiritual medium. Tangina, I don't know if it's Tangina or Tangina, but Tangina sounds better. Tangina
Yeah, I'm
determines.
gonna say Tangina. It sounds more sassy, doesn't it?
It sounds better, and she is sassy as well.
Yeah, she sounds like a sassy.
My favourite
nice.
character ever.
Right, so Tangina determines the spirits are lingering in a different sphere of consciousness and are not at rest. They are attracted to Carol Ann's life force. Tangina also detects the dark presence she calls the Beast, who is restraining Carol Ann and manipulating her life force in order to prevent the other spirits from crossing over.
Ooh.
It's really fucking creepy. The entrance to the other dimension is in the children's bedroom closet and exists through the living room ceiling. Diane, secured by a rope, passes through the portal, guided by another rope, previously threaded through both portals. Diane retrieves Carol Ann, and they drop through the ceiling to the living room floor covered in ectoplasm.
Is that just goo?
It's just like ghost gunk.
Stone smoke.
Yeah, have you seen it?
No. Yeah, I've just had.
I have dabbled in such forces.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's like a spirit kind of like essence, I guess.
Yeah. Spirit spunk.
Spirit spunk. You heard it here first. As they recover from the ordeal, Tangina proclaims the house is clean.
This house is clean.
Thank you.
I love how you like kind of fade off and then you're like, she gonna do it.
Shortly after, the Freeling family have nearly finished packing to move out of the house. Before the family is to leave, Stephen goes to his office while Dana is on a date. Leaving Diane at home with Robbie and Carol Ann, the Beast, ambushes Diane and the children, aiming for a second kidnapping attempt. The unseen force drives Diane to the backyard in the pouring rain, where she stumbles into a flooded swimming pool excavation. Skeletal corpses and coffins float up around her in the muddy hole. Diane crawls out and rushes back into the house. She rescues the children and they escape to the outside as more coffins and bodies erupt from the ground. Stephen, accompanied by Teague, arrives home to the mayhem and realises that only the gravestones were relocated. The development was built over the abandoned graves. The Freeling jump into the car and collect Dana just as she returns home. They flee Cuesta Verde as the house implodes into a portal. While Teague is stunned, neighbours look on. The family checks into the room in the hotel where Stephen promptly removes the TV and really chucks it out into the street, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's like, fuck that shit.
Fucking
This is
right.
bad for your kids.
Get it out. Learn now.
Yeah.
Now, the curses.
Oh, that's what we'll do.
I've gone back there.
I was getting into that.
Poltergeist curse. pretty smartly named there,
Good name. Imaginative.
Yeah, spot on.
is a rumoured curse attached to the Poltergeist trilogy and its crew, derived from the deaths of 2 young cast members in the 6 years between the releases of the first to the releases of the first and the third films. Caroline Freeling, the young focal point of the series, was played by Heather O'Rourke, only 6 years old when the first Poltergeist film was released. O'Rourke captivated audience with her stark blonde hair, doll-like appearance, and big inquisitive eyes, much like Shelby.
Fucking right.
Sadly, however, she was misdiagnosed with Crohn's disease in 1987. The following year, O'Rourke fell ill again, and her symptoms were casually attributed to the flu. A day later, she collapsed and suffered a cardiac arrest after being airlifted to a children's hospital in San Diego. O'Rourke died during an operation to correct a bowel obstruction, and it was later believed that she had been suffering from a congenital intestinal abnormality.
What the fuck?
So some little girl that's like, it's the flu.
Yeah, they
Just brush
really
it off.
didn't look into it at all. It was really sad.
You'd be fuming as a parent, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So angry.
Knowing that it was misdiagnosed as well and that she could have been saved if they'd actually looked
Yeah.
into it. And she carried on filming while she was ill as well, because in the next film she's got a really big puffy face because she's on like steroid
Medication,
stuff.
Yeah.
And she just looks awful. It's really sad.
That is sad.
Yeah.
But it's like sad because, like, just touching on the subject, like, even now this happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not alien, is it?
No.
It still happens
No,
to, like,
yeah.
young people. And I was like, are you sure they're not just acting out?
Problem is, you've got so many
You know.
hypochondriacs now that just like, if they've got a flu, they go to the doctor.
Yeah.
So just stay home and just like rest.
I get it.
And
yeah.
then you get the doctors who are used to the hypochondriacs and the panicking mothers, and they think they know without getting a second opinion or something. So it kind
Yeah.
of goes both ways.
Yes.
Is how we've got to it.
It's gone like full circle, and it's like no one's getting treated now.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Yeah.
for another
That's
time.
for another discussion.
But that's sad. I know it's not.
Really
Yeah, that is
sad.
really
She
sad.
was a beautiful little girl.
Yeah.
Like, she would have been stunning.
I know they're not like gods, but you think as well, like a movie star, they pay a bit more attention because they do.
I always think that. I think this as well. Like, she wasn't just like a normal little girl, even though they should have done anything for any little girl. But
Yeah.
she was like huge at the time.
Yeah, the
Really
fact
surprises
like,
me.
her death would have been a really big shock, and then the fact that then it proved that they didn't do their job properly. Like,
Well-
that hits even harder because she was famous.
Yeah.
You think as well, like that then was like Miley Cyrus of today,
Yeah.
because she was like that was like the famous little girl, and
Yeah.
they're like,
That would
she's-
have grown up to be still famous.
oh
like,
man, yeah, you can't imagine what other films.
or like Drew Barrymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Drew Barrymore was
that's
meant to be Carol Ann.
Oh yeah, true.
Carol Ann. Such a good name. I love it so much.
Right, the next cursed human, cursed person,
Pause.
Dominic Dunn. Dominic Dunn, who played the original older sister Dana Freeling, met an equally tragic and unforeseen fate. In 1982, Dunn separated from her partner John Sweeney in November of that year. He showed up to Dunn's house pleading for her to take him back. When she refused, Sweeney grabbed Dunn's neck, choked her until he was unconscious, left her to die in her Hollywood home. Sweeney was sentenced to 6.5 years for strangling someone to death.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
I reckon he should have just been strangled.
But released 3 years and 7 months later.
Yeah.
Well, because of good behaviour.
Good behaviour.
Yeah, that's
They
exactly
shorten your
right.
things as good behaviour, but it's only 3 years for
Only
killing
if
someone.
you are allowed parole. So if your crime is that bad, you are not allowed parole for your whole sentencing. But
So-
if they say, right, you can have, so you're sentenced to like 6 years and you have parole after 3. So if you've been good for 3 years, you'll get out by then.
Fucking
It's
hell.
not mad.
So, who's the judge? Who's like, you
I
killed
know.
someone,
They must have been
6
paid
years.
off.
That's
Must have been
fine.
paid off.
Maybe they're part of the curse. Maybe they're like, someone's in their head, like,
Demonic.
he's fine.
Yeah.
It could be, I'm far-fetched now. There he
So yeah, just one thing to add with Dominique Dunn. When she was murdered, because she expected this, she said that this guy was following her and stuff. She was actually with a friend in the house. She ended up going outside to tell this guy to go, and he started killing her. But there was still a man in the house. And
What?
What didn't stop him?
No.
Didn't hear him, I guess.
I think he
true.
called the police, but that was about it, and it was too late.
But then you would kind of be like, no, don't go out there alone.
He did tell her not to go out there, I think. But then he should have maybe gone out there with her.
But then I imagine
Yeah,
like you, like you're quite stubborn and you're like every man for themselves in some sort of aspect. You know what I mean? Like you'll be like, if you're gonna be stupid, fuck it, go. I'll stay here and call the police.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's me
Never
now,
know.
obviously you would just send me out, but no.
I find it hard because I'm really like sensitive to people's like emotions and how they are.
Crazy.
Yeah.
If someone's like weird or like an angry person or just a horrible person, I know straight away. Like I meet them within seconds. Like that's not a good person.
Yeah, you got a bad vibe on you.
Yeah, I've had it with like loads of your
Which
mates
is
who be
so
like,
filthy.
"Why am I still with you? That's fucking weird." Sammy's a bad person.
Other way
This is
around,
true.
you bad vibe
We're
freak.
both really bad people. That's why we're still together.
And you're sat with us.
That's true.
You're within our bad vibe zone, so I
You're like
mean,
the guardian angel just stopping us from fucking. Right.
From that, my love.
So the next paragraph.
Yep.
Julian Beck and Will Sampson. The other two cast member deaths, while unfortunate, were not unpredictable or mysterious. The evil preacher Cain from Poltergeist 2 was played by Julian Beck in 1983. Beck had been diagnosed with stomach cancer, which took his life soon after he finished the work on the second installment of the series. The same film was met with further tragedy after Will Sampson, who played Taylor, the Native American shaman, died after undergoing a heart-lung transplant, which had a very slim survival rate. So it seems like all these people are like all of a sudden getting like
But we're like all
Problems?
internal, sort of like.
it's all it was all like organal, organal,
Organal.
oregano.
Organal?
I don't know.
Is it?
But it's
No,
it's
something with organ.
intestinal.
Intestinal.
Internal.
But yeah, internal
There's so many different
body related problems.
Inside.
But yeah, there seems like a lot of people are all of a sudden getting like bad juju
Yeah.
from
The
things.
second one as well. Maybe it's because they did a second one.
Just be like, guys, stop. We killed a little girl.
Right, we gave you a warning.
Well, she was still in the second one because her line was, "They're bad."
Really?
Yeah.
But no one saw that coming.
No, it's not.
I've not watched any of the other two actually.
They're good.
That's
The
terrible.
third one's not that great. There's like one scene that's like a cult classic scene. It's really creepy. Number 2's really good.
Right, okay.
Not as good.
Okay,
Number
right,
2
right.
we can watch because it's free on Prime
Yeah.
as of today.
What, number 1 is not?
Yeah, we have to pay for number 1, but number 2 is free.
Yeah, that's where they get you by the balls.
Yeah.
Right, let's go again. Other strange things happened on set. Cast deaths were not the only agents of the curse's proliferation. Proliferation? Proliferation, looks like. As other peculiar and creepy legends surround the film franchise. Jo Beth Williams, who played the mum, Diane Freeling, in the first 2 films, claimed that director Spielberg insisted on actual human skeletons as props in an attempt to save money. At the time, they were actually cheaper than plastic skeletons.
That's mad, isn't it?
You can just buy real ones. Just go to you could
Yeah,
you
where'd
could
you
buy
go to get them?
you could actually
Or
buy them
asking
from
for
like
them.
thrift shops.
No.
Yeah, because they're used as like in science in
Oh,
school,
of course, yeah.
and then he just fucking dished them off. Like, they didn't want them anymore.
They
Give
don't
them
want
to-
them
give them
anymore.
to- I'd buy one. Would you buy one if you saw a human skeleton
Yeah,
for sale?
I
Of course
mean,
you would.
Absolutely.
Not
yeah.
in here. I would want to have a big manor house, like say.
I maybe wouldn't bring it in the house.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Just leave it outside the
Imagine
front
you get
doors.
home and like one of the dogs is just chewing on it, like, oh, it's delicious, like bone.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is the circle of life.
Yeah.
I would.
I want dogs to be chewing on my skull after I'm dead. And I don't know if that's part of the circle.
Like, wait, are you fully at rest? then?
Worms. Herbs.
They don't show that in The Lion King, do they?
No, they do not.
A little Bichon bolognese. But this has never been kind of like
Confirmed.
proved or confirmed, but
Addressed?
as a complete spook addict, I'd like to think, yeah, it's got to be real.
It must be.
It's
If
got to be.
Yeah, if they were trying to do it on a budget and like it was cheaper.
And from what I understand, the story is when she fell into the swimming pool and got back out again, they kind of told her after. Like,
yeah,
that's
she
what-
didn't know.
yeah.
They didn't tell her before.
Yeah, and they're like, by the way, that's real skeletons
Yeah.
there, by the way.
Yeah.
Again, you're going to love seeing this film. So, finally, in an effort to further creep everyone involved, Samson, the real-life medicine man who passed away due to circumstances mentioned previously, the shaman,
Yeah.
performed an authentic exorcism after shooting wrap-up one night. One can only imagine how this made the other cast members feel.
Yeah.
But something freaked him out so much he had to do an exorcism on set.
Yeah, something was following him and shit, like...
And that's weird as well, like, I don't know how this protects you, but like, as a shaman, you'd hope to have some kind of protection. He's like, during the film, got fucking like, I don't even know what heart-lung transplant is.
But a heart-lung...
That's what he had, a heart-lung transplant. I tried to search it and it was like, it was so vague.
Maybe it's legit just your heart and your lung.
Yeah,
I've
it
heard
is, but I didn't know you could have them together.
No.
Surely you can.
I don't know, but I've heard the term a lot when I've been, because my mum used to watch like ER. It's like, she loves like George Clooney like days. And they're always on about like heart-lung transplants now. I was like, what the fuck? Is that just like an American thing? Like, someone please get in touch. I really want to know what it is. Because I tried to search.
It is a transplant, but...
Both.
But both.
When would they start doing heart transplants?
Well...
Then?
So the voice of Tigger in the Pooh movies, the man who did the voice actually came up with the first, basically, fake heart.
Oh.
So people could have like, because I think before that they were like experimenting with like pig hearts and stuff. He managed to come up with like a fake heart that you could live with. I guess kind of like what led to the pacemaker.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So I don't know if it was around then. I don't know what year that was.
That is like the most intense surgery ever. You've got how to keep someone alive while changing their heart.
Well, I just heard a story about someone who had a brain. They had like a tumour taken off their brain, but they were awake for it for 7 hours.
Yeah, because your brain has no pain receptors.
That's mad.
You'd get bored, wouldn't you? But like, can you just put me to sleep?
I know.
I'm like bored right now.
Or something.
Have you seen the one? There's someone playing a violin while getting.
Yeah, I saw that. That was amazing.
We're getting brain surgery.
Yeah, because they didn't want to lose their skill of playing the violin. They were terrified of it, so they played it the whole time.
That's quite cool though, because imagine if you suddenly go. Wait.
Yeah, well, that's suddenly all that
really
skill.
Annoying, but yeah.
But like, yeah, when you get like a headache, it's one other part of your body telling your brain you need something. So usually you're not having enough water because your brain has no pain receptors or your heart. So when people have a heart attack, your shoulder
it's your
goes,
muscles, isn't it?
Yeah, something else would go around.
It goes numb anyway, doesn't it? It's not like pain.
Yeah. So that's like your heart can't give you a warning other than something else going off.
Okay.
Same with your brain. You're just fucked basically.
Yeah.
Just curl up and die.
And all of your heart is connected to your left side. That's why you wear your wedding ring on that finger, because that is where your heart connects to.
Yeah,
and you know your thigh bone's connected to your leg bone.
But then also, hang on a minute, sorry. But the pain thing, what about migraines? Because migraine things, like, that's a brain thing. And then when I move too fast, my brain feels like it's detached from
my
my
god, yeah, when you move and your brain moves. Oh, I hate that feeling.
So what's that about?
That, because your
brain is tiny. When you move, it's
my head is so big.
Ball in the cup. But like, I think that is the closest thing to your brain, obviously, is around your head. So you've got muscles around your head, so it's probably like, fuck. Like that.
I must be hench in my head then, because my head is massive.
Shame your brain
is massive.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Not pea brain, sorry.
Pea brain?
Pea head.
No.
This is how it goes, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was going to say as well, just for filming this, I started watching something about the Poltergeist film.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realise that the clown which strangles the kid was actually an animatronic. I thought it was like a stop motion type thing. And it actually strangled him in real life, and Steven Spielberg had to save him, basically. So.
Or he would have died.
Or he would have died.
He couldn't have breathed. Yeah. He was going blue. Yeah.
And they kept it in the film, didn't you say?
They kept half of it in the film, so not the whole thing, because they had to cut and obviously like jump on. But yeah, some of it is in the scene.
I love that
shit.
It's
the worst scene ever. It's so scary.
But yeah, that film was like my first. That's why I had like a really big fear of clowns for so fucking long. And that set it off.
That is because of you two, because of that film. You both have watched it quite young.
Yeah.
And you're both scared of clowns. I'm scared of not necessarily clowns, I suppose, but people in costume.
Do you remember my reoccurring dream did I ever tell you about my reoccurring dream when I was really young? I was like 7 or 6. I got a fireman's little bike when I was 7. This little red thing. It's fucking lush. Mm-hmm. And I rode it fucking everywhere. Where my street was, like our front gate was there, and there was a long cul-de-sac, and then there was a left turn, and there was 2 high walls either side. Mm-hmm. I was just right now as fast as I could.
Yeah.
But then for no joke, probably 5 weeks, every night I had a dream about I'd go around there on the bike, and there was a clown sat on the wall, like a toy stuffed clown, And I would go around the wall, turn in, because I knew it was coming after me. I just wanted to stop and close. I just like closed in, then woke up.
Oh.
I had that dream fucking nearly every night for 5 weeks.
That's
It was
horrible.
disgusting. And I stopped riding a bike for that reason. I think I was like,
Yeah.
there's enough of that. And then I went shopping with my mum. I was in secondary school. I think I was in like year 7. And we were in Tesco, and I looked out the window, and there was this clown like going around saying hello to people and like doing like charity stuff.
Yeah.
But it didn't look nice. It looked like
Yeah.
I don't know where they found this prosthetic from. I was like, no. And then I was like, you know when you like really don't want something to happen, it always happens. I was like, Mum, you pay for the shopping real quick, please. And I'm like in secondary school, and I should be a big boy, but hurry up, please. Got out the door, and who stood in the doorway as we left? And it was back then. It was a different. This is in Yate. It was the older Tesco before they redone the big one. Redone, and there was like 2 main doors on the way in, but it was like one fucking walkway, and he was stood in the middle of it. And he was like, oh man.
For you, Tom.
But yeah, that was it. That film set off. Now I'm okay because I'm a big brave boy.
Sure.
So strong.
There's certain clowns that are okay, but then there's other ones like the X on their eyes and the down mouth, and I hate it. It's so creepy to put that on your face.
What's that serial killer? John Wayne Gacy, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind that clown.
It's not the scariest looking clown,
No,
actually.
that's true.
Actually, I want to see if anyone knows this. Are You Afraid of the Dark? The TV series back in the 90s. There was another clown. I used to draw this clown. It was so... It like the start like intro thing. There was they went to the attic and this clown like come over to like your face, and it was like all dark blue like moonlight. Oh my god, that creeped me out so much. But I used to be obsessed with that fucking clown.
I hate clowns.
Fuck clowns. But yeah, if you could send in your best clown stories, please. I'd love to listen.
No.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed.
I loved
Any
learning
thoughts
about
or
it.
anything? Leave them down below.
Yeah.
Comment.
Yeah, because more information's better. Because I love searching stuff, but there's the problem with the internet. There's so much fucking shit now that isn't related to anything.
Yeah, you get into a little like wormhole, don't you? Of,
Yeah.
like everything. And then
Well, I can't wait to watch. I need to watch that film again and your last episodes.
Yeah, The Exorcist.
The
We still need to
Exorcised.
watch that, don't we? The Exorcised.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Brilliant.
watching
Catch you next time.
and
Bye.
listening.
Bye.
Bye.